Sharmine, congratulations on your new venture, The Cradle. But something surprising, often we call the Middle East, but The Cradle refers to the Middle East as West Asia. Why that shift?
The world's shifting dramatically, and I think it's time for new narratives. This region has been swept away. Its recent history has been swept away by Western narratives, media and political, and it's time to reframe ourselves moving forward. And we are, in fact, in West Asia, and I think it's an important two words because it reminds a lot of Arabs who are, very distressed about their futures, the calamities going on in the regions, the wars, the economic distress. It reminds them that they're in Asia, which is something a lot of people in the Middle East tend to forget. And I think everybody understands that Asia is the biggest growth story of this century. And I think it's a very friendly reminder to us that we are and can be part of that story. So I think it's time to take back where we are. We are in the Asian continent, and we're the west of the Asian continent.
There was a lot of jumping up and down in Western media when Afghanistan fell, as if it wasn't always going to happen, but the sort of played consternation was there. What does it mean now for Afghanistan and the region? The Pashtun people, which are fundamentally the Taliban, albeit with their differing factions. What does it mean now for Afghanistan and its people?
Several things. There are obviously the anti-Taliban elements in Afghanistan still, and those who are for it. That internal battle will continue. I think the Taliban today is trying very hard, at least the Taliban leadership in Kabul are trying very hard to show that they can be dealt with, that this is a new incarnation for them. And the Taliban has now had 20 years of experience in various mediation rooms around the world and have learned what is expected of them, and they obviously have, their closest neighbors have a set of rules they expect the Taliban to live up to, to have a government that has the participation of different elements of societies, minorities, etc. The other thing that's important is, a war has stopped, right? So the country's resources and attention can go to nation building. And Afghanistan has a lot to offer. It's got the largest deposits of rare earth minerals in the world, copper, iron. These things have not been mined, have not been taken advantage of to build the nation's wealth. With the American occupation of the country, Afghanistan has essentially not been able to have normal relations with its neighbors. And those borders will now open for trade, commerce, diplomacy, and many other things that are critical to regional states. So this is a huge game changer for the region, and it's a very exciting one because Afghanistan sits between West and Central Asia, and is potentially a critical part of China's Belt and Road Initiative. But importantly, it gets U.S. Unhelpful U.S. presence out of the region and demilitarizes a central part of Asia. So a lot of changes underway.